Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is September 29th, Monday, 2025. Yeah, so I do have one video up already for the day, so this would be my second video of the day. So there's that. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. I'm going to make this one a quick reading. So the deck that I got, I'm going to start off with this deck. The deck that I got, that I started off with, well, I wanted to originally start off with the Clarifying Life Situations deck, but I picked out this deck instead. Like, this is, I guess, this is the deck we're gonna start with. So this is the Lover Oracle deck, heart-shaped fortune-telling cards. I'm pretty sure, I say this all the time, but I'm pretty sure these were actually heart-shaped at one point. I feel like that's how they first started out, and then eventually they turned into, like, to make it easier to work with, right? Because it says heart-shaped fortune-telling cards. I don't think they, like, changed the name. I think they were, like, red too. Alright, so I'm gonna get like 4 to 6 of these Lover Oracle cards, and then I'll move into tarot, and then I'll close the reading. So the intention is that this, you know, would be a very short reading. So I feel like this would be from the perspective of the person that has you on their mind. The person that's thinking of you with romantic feelings. Whoever you think that could be, then maybe that could be them. But this is from the perspective of the person who has you on their mind and in their heart. Okay? So whoever that is, that's whoever this is. I had a very, very busy day. But it was a good day. I have a very busy couple weeks ahead of me, actually. I'm not gonna be really doing reversals. So the first card that came out is They Have Hurt Me. So someone is still harboring past pain, past suffering. They're still holding on to something that was done to them. And that's not like a judgment or anything like that. That's just what's coming out. Like this, whoever this person is that has you in their mind, their heart, they are still harboring pain, or like a remnants of the memories of the pain, whatever that was inflicted, that was done to them, that was put on them. They're still carrying that around, just so you know. All right, so that can give you an idea of who you think this might be as well. So the other card that came out says, I can't make you happy. I don't know if I'm showing you them. It says, they have hurt me. And then the second card is, I can't make you happy. So I do think that whatever pain that this person is harboring, holding on to, still dealing with, still managing, whatever the case it is, whatever pain, I'm getting like something like maybe PTSD, but it's kind of like, it's more like flashbacks or memories, or is that what PTSD is? PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, right? So whatever memories or pain that this person has, it stresses them out still to this day. So it's kind of like a remnants of that. So I mean, I guess. So anyways, whatever stress that they have today about the pains that they are having or that they've experienced in the past, it's weighing on them, and it's affecting their, I want to say credibility. I'm going to get to that in a second. It's affecting their clarity, because whatever that, it's tied to, like, they feel like they can't make you happy. But they're just looking at the lens of from like their pain, right? So it could be messing with their self-worth, their value, their sense of self-value, their sense of confidence, right? So in their mind, they're going to think that because they're damaged and they're hurt and they're broken, they're not good enough for you. They're not going to be able to step up to the mantle to make you happy. All right. Now again, I'm not shading or judging. I'm just telling you, okay, so that's it. This is it. It is what it is. It's not like it's a good or bad thing. It's just how you handle this. Whoever this person is, I'm telling you, how you handle this is how you shape the reality of whatever you're dealing with. I don't know. I mean, do with that what you will, right? Doesn't make you a bad person because you've been hurt before, right? It's how you handle that pain and how you utilize that, right? Are you going to create that pain, or are you going to use that pain to create more pain, or are you going to use that pain to, create some power, healing, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? So it really just depends on the person. But anyways, but this is a person, they have you in your heart, in their heart and in their mind. I wish I could understand you. Yeah, I do think though, as sweet as that may sound, right? I do think that they should try to understand themselves a little bit more. I'm only laughing because she's like making like these animal sounds or in the background, and it's kind of funny. I do think, so back to this person. So they want to understand you. They want to be able to make you happy, or they have doubts that they can make you happy. But I do think that and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But as much as they want to understand you or wish that they could understand you, I think it would behoove them. Every time I say that word, I always think about, there's this kid that I used to go to church with when I was like a little girl. Like, I don't know, maybe like 8 years old, right? And whenever he said the word, he would say it in such a funny way that I still remember to this day. And he would always like accentuate the Hoove, behoove. And like he would do it with like his lips, and it was so funny. Still to this day I remember that. So whenever I hear that word, I start laughing because it's just the way it sounds now, right? I have like a couple words that I just can't help but like giggle at, because it just sounds funny. Or like when other people say certain words, it's just it makes me, I don't know, it just makes me happy. All right, it tickles me pink. So yeah, I think that they should try to understand themselves a little bit more, right? Because by doing so, they may have a better understanding of who you are, your wants, your needs, your desires, your love language, how to communicate with you, right? So, but they can't really do that if they're not really trying to understand themselves, okay? I think this is going to be like a little evening love reading. Please do what is best for your heart. So this is a classic case of self-sabotage, and this person is willing to push you away because of their own fears of not being able to step up to the mantle, make you happy. Which is, again, is understandable, but again, that's what I'm saying, like, there's nothing wrong with this decision, but ultimately, the only person that's going to suffer would be this person, because they're willing to push you away because of their own fears, because of their own insecurities of what happened to them in the past. So it's a trickle-down effect. Whatever happened to them in the past, it's making them feel insecure, so they feel like they can't make you happy, they can't step up to the mantle. And because they already are doubting themselves, the fact that they are already doubting themselves, they're already essentially counting themselves out of the game. So right there, it's kind of like, well, I can't understand you, I don't know what you want, but are you even trying? And the best way to try is, what do you want? How do you feel? Right? Who are you? Who are you? What are those? I feel like that line is kind of lame, the way she put that in the song. I don't know. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So yeah. So it's like they're already like self-sabotaging, counting themselves out of the game, right? It's kind of like it's just too much for them. They look at you, they don't even know where to start, how to understand you, blah 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 blah. And it's just like overwhelming them, and they're just like, you know what, I quit. Just do what makes you happy, be happy. And it's like, well, damn, that's a shame, right? It's like, that's kind of a waste, right? Don't you think? That's a waste. But you can't force them. You can't do anything. You just gotta kind of like, I mean, you could either be patient and wait it out, or you can just be like, all right, well, I'm going to take the L and keep it pushing. But ultimately, you know, it just kind of goes from there. But just what's happening right now is, this is a classic case of like, you're being pushed away. Because it's their insecurities that's pushing you away. Now don't get confused and be like, oh, they're just rejecting me because they're scared. No, sometimes if you get rejected, it's because you're just getting rejected, because they don't like you, they don't love you, they don't want to be with you. Sometimes it's just that simple. It is what it is, right? You'll know. You can tell the difference between a connection, and this is complicated but like very easy to understand, versus, oh, do you want to go on a date with me? No, sorry, you're not my type. And then that's a clear, flat out rejection. That's case closed, simple, right? But don't get confused. There are people that be delusional and be like, oh yeah, they just rejected me because they're scared. No, they reject you because they don't like you. They're not their type, or they're just not into you. Or, you know, if you reject someone, I've had this happen. I've had this happen where I would reject someone and they'd be like, oh, you'll regret it. Just, I'll be here waiting. And I'm like, please don't. I don't want you to. Don't do that. But that's a whole different thing. That is not this. This is not that. These are two different scenarios. This is someone who has you in their mind and their heart, but because of their pain and their insecurities, they feel like they cannot step up to the mantle, right? So they are just basically saying, you do what's best for you. because I'm not man enough, or because I'm not woman enough for you right now. Okay? Now, when they're saying right now, like I said, you can either be patient and wait until they can meet you there, or you could just be like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, then I'm gonna go get what's mine. Right? I'm gonna go find my person. It is what it is, right? So that's that. That's what this is, okay? So when I say right now, that also means that within time and within healing, right? Because everything changes, this person could end up being that. But it just really depends on what time that they're on. So, anyways. Ooh, no one understands me but you. That's the card that fell out. No one understands me but you. So it's crazy because this person, I wish I could understand you, right? So, but no one understands me like you. So you get to this, you understand this person to the T. You know the ins and outs, the who's it's, the what's it's, the gizmos, the gadgets, the buttons, the triggers, the ticks, the bombs. You know everything. You know this person. You understand them. But it's not reciprocated because they don't even understand themselves. And I think I said this earlier reading, and I said this in one of my reading earlier, something where I said this line where it was like, they can only meet you where, but I was talking about a magic, all right? But I feel like in this situation, it is kind of like, someone like this, they can only meet you at your, like, when it comes to, like, depth, things like that, where they've met themselves. But they want to, they're just afraid. I do think that there's something blanketing their insecurities, like, doubt, unworthiness, lack of self-worth, those things in particular, things with identity. So this could be an Aries, or this could be someone with, trouble with the first house, the I am, because first house is I am. So this is, so you know who you are, right? You know you're good. But this could be somebody that struggles with their own sense of identity, their own sense of self-worth, their own confidence. They're also like where they want to go in life, like their future, their plans, like their direction in life. Because I'm also getting Sagittarius energy, Leo energy, Aries energy. So this could be a fire sign. You could be a fire sign, or this is just about the momentum. They're unsure of the momentum that they want to take with you, and because it scares them, they're gonna push you away, or they're doing this right now. So you already see what they're doing, why they're doing it. So I do think at this point it's just a matter of, are you willing to wait? Do you want to wait? Okay? Because you don't have to. You don't have to wait. You're not obligated to wait for this person. This person could be your whole other half, your whole twin flame, yada yada, blah blah blah, blah, all that. But you don't have to. You don't have to. That's your choice. All right? 2, 4, 5. I'll get one more. They're really going through it, though. I don't know. I also feel like fire sign too, they're lacking that compared to you. It's not really like a comparison contrast kind of thing, but you are someone who know who you are. Because you know who you are, you have confidence, and because of your confidence, you know exactly where you want to go, where you're shooting your arrow, right? You know that, you have that, right? So they have struggles with their identity, which affects their confidence and affects where they want to go, where they're gonna point their arrow in their life. So emotions overwhelm me. I mean, have I not been saying this? I heard you have you have. So yeah, emotions overwhelm me. So this person's emotionally overwhelmed by their own emotions, their own lack of identity. I'm not shading, I'm not judging, I'm not trying to disrespect or make them seem less than or worth than. I'm not trying to because by being in that energy, that would be essentially kicking them while they're down. And it seems like at this person, they're feeling down right now. Okay? So I'm just trying to shine a light on what they can't shine a light on, so that way they know, or you know, what's going on. I can't promise you anything. So this is someone who would essentially avoid promising you anything because they can't. If they don't, like, if they say, like, if you say, like, oh, I'll promise you you'll, oh my god. I need a vague example. Books. Why books? Let's use the books. It could be something so simple as, like, they just cannot give you a definite answer on anything because they would. It's safer for them to not give you a definite answer on anything, and the reason why it's safer for them because if they break that promise, that's gonna weigh more on them. That's gonna add on to however they're feeling, and they're already in the energy of not being able to, not making you happy, not being able to understand you, not being able to, you know, give you anything. They're already feeling in the energy. So this is somebody who will avoid simple yes or no things, so that way it's kind of like it's safer for them. It's just safer for them, right? Oh, do you want to oh man. They're doing something where they're like avoiding, I don't want to say avoiding accountability, but like if they don't give you a definite yes or a definite no and they can't pull through on their end for whatever reason, right? Whatever reason, you can't hold it against them, and then it won't add on to their already lack of self-worth, their already lack of view of themselves. It's just it's an avoidance tactic. It's an avoidance tactic. Again, it's self-sabotaging, pushing you away. You know, if they don't, oh, like, can I don't know what it is. Like, oh, can you do this favor for me? They'll say, oh, I don't know, because if they can't, God forbid, they say yes, and then God forbid, they somehow, for whatever reason, they overslept, or they missed the bus, or their car wouldn't start, or whatever the case it is, they can't live up to that simple. It's gonna, like, it really does affect them. It does. And this could be a water sign because emotions overwhelm me, or this could be somebody who just avoids their emotions altogether. But I feel like I don't know. They're gonna have to do something because waiting isn't forever. I feel like I just heard Danny Zuko say, "I'm hopeless without you." There's that one scene where Sandy and Danny were at the drive-ins, right? And like he's trying to like be romantic with her, and it's just like whatever. Every time he does something, it just makes it worse in that moment. So I feel like this is how this person feels. It's like they're trying, but it's just getting worse, or they're just making it worse. So eventually, in that scene, she gets mad at him. She takes off the ring that he put on her, and she slams the door on his like gonads, and she runs off, and then he starts singing in the drive-ins, standing at the drive-ins, standing all alone. What will they say Monday at school? Yeah. And then like he's like talking in the background, and he's like, "'Cause baby, I'm helpless without you." Like, he's like really in love with her. He's like madly in love with her, right? So this is how this person feels. But it's like they can't do anything. They're like locked. They're like locked or something. Like I'm getting quantum locked. but that's for like weeping angels. So, actually, okay, so yeah, all right, that makes sense. So in Doctor Who, there's like these ancient creatures. They're like ancient. I mean, ancient than ancient. Okay, and they're called weeping angels, and no living thing can see them. It's just how they are. So when living eyes are, and they're faster than the blink of an eye, right? That's why the common saying is don't blink. So when living eyes are looking at them, they go into this state where they freeze. It's like quantum lock. So they always look like crying angels. So because they do that, they have to cover their face, right? So it's like this person is like stuck in this perpetual overwhelmed, emotional, crying state. It's actually kind of pathetic, and I'm not being mean, but it's just the energy. It's very pathetic. It is. It's very sad, very doom, gloom, heartbreak, right? Anyways, they should talk to the Most High God. They should pray and pour it all out. Just give it to God. My gosh. Because the devil is telling you, oh, you got to hold on to that. You got to hold on to that. You got to hold on to that. And you're in this energy and you're sabotaging everything around you. All these connections, right? But God is like, just give it to me. Like, give me your worries. Give me your woes. So that way you can go be light and be happy and be free. And you can move about and do what you want. But the devil's like, no, you got to hold on to that. You got to hold on to them. That's why these people are in these quantum locked state where they can't love. What will they say Monday at school? We got sacrifice. And what is that? The hanged man? Yeah, the hanged man, sacrifice. 8 of cups, 8 of chalices. Jesus. But that's in reverse. The 8 of cups reverse. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Nine of Trees reverse. So this person could feel, one of the reasons why they could feel like they can't make you happy is because their lack of finances, or they feel like they're lacking finances, or they feel like they're not in a certain, I hate this word. I don't hate many things. I really don't. But there are very seldom few things that I use that word with. But they feel like they're not at a financial bracket for you. I really don't like that word. So that could be affecting their identity, right? I don't know. It's their lack of something. It's overall affecting a majority of things. It's affecting their health, their freedom. All right, it's affecting like. Being in this energy, you tend to think there's no way out, right? So, but when you get out of this energy, you're like, wow, that was dumb. I was in that energy for a very long time. So it's affecting like their mind, okay? The 8 of lotuses, 8 of chalices, 8 of cups reverse. What time is it? I got time. I feel like this person they could have like abandonment issues, and I feel like they have like a pull to you. Okay, this person has a pull to you, so it's like no matter what, in a way they can never truly leave your energy, right? They can't. That's like one-sided. So they would rather you abandon them and walk away from them. Because again, that makes their self-sabotaging plan better, easier, right? It would make them easier to be like, oh yeah, everyone leaves me, right? This could be a Pisces. You could be a Pisces. But whatever this belief is, this feeling that they are in, they're going to have to give it up. They're going to have to, with the hanged man here and the sacrifice, this way of being, this belief, they're gonna have to walk away from it. Actually, you know what? I just got just in. I feel like this person just clicked to them. Oh, I think it just clicked to them that being in this energy is what's making, like, it's not solving anything for them. I think it just clicked for them. Being in this energy is not, this is a guarantee way for the person that they don't want to leave them the most. By being in this energy and not doing anything about it, that is a surefire way to guarantee that the person they don't want to leave them the most will leave, for sure. And I think that just clicked to them. I think it just clicked, like, this belief, they're gonna have to walk away from it. They're gonna have to do something about this. I think they could also be realizing that they are a self-sabotager. Oof, with the Hanged Man there. What's on the fence? Seven of Embers, Seven of Wands. What is that, a phoenix? No, there's a bird in there. So, I do think that with the Seven of Wands, I feel like this person is getting ready to, like, stand up. Yep, I think it just clicked to them. So this could be someone like, is me? Was I the issue? Was I the problem? Was I the issue? Was I the problem? Am I? It's clicking, right? Because now they're seeing things from a different perspective. Because like I just said, right? When you're in this energy, you feel like this is the only way. It's doom and gloom, woe is me. But when you're out of this energy, you're like, wow, I was really, like, that was dumb of me. Right? Now when you're in this energy, it seems really serious and surreal, right? But when you're out of this energy, when you're seeing it from a different perspective, from like an outsider's point of view, you're like, wow, that's dumb. Like, just get up. Just get up. Right? Stop crying, get up. So I think something just clicked to them. With the Eight of Cups reverse. This belief that they were once living in for a very long time, that was affecting their identity, they're doing something about it. Something just clicked. And I do think with the Seven of Embers, they're getting up. So if this is someone that's been in their bed or on their couch or in their car or wherever and just crying and just self-sabotaging, negative, missed this and I missed that and blah blah blah, and always having you in their mind and their heart, and looking at old pictures or reading old conversations or wondering what could be or wondering what if, right? It just clicked. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what, I don't know how, I don't know what the thought process that led to that, but look at this little person on the logs, right? They're about to make some moves. They're getting up. They're hopping on the logs. They're gonna get across. That's the intention. They're getting across. They're getting across. So whoever this person is, they're getting up. They're getting up. All right. I feel like this person was in a really dark, depressive state for a very long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 6 months to 6 years. I don't, listen, I'm not laughing at, I'm just, it's my brain. Listen, if people were, never mind. I wrote a note years ago. So I wrote a note years ago, right? This was like, it was a note I wrote to someone close to me, right? It was just like a little note, whatever. And so I wrote the note, right? And they showed it to me. And like, oh, look, I still have this. I was like, oh, cool, let me read it, right? And I read the note out loud. And it was just the funniest thing because it was talking about, like I was just talking about like one thing, and then immediately after, let me go get it. It's the funniest thing. Okay, so, is this one. So I wrote this in 2020. So stupid. I just cracked myself up. This is what I'm talking about. Like, if, like, I try to, like, as soon as I say things, I'm just like, what? Because it's just, and then, like, when I look back at the things that I've said or whatever, I just started laughing because it's like, who says things like that? Like, how do I come up with these things? So, I'll get back to the reading in a second, but listen to this. Alright, so, oh my god. This is so funny to me. So, I wrote this in 2020. So, 2020, early 2020. So, 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like, about five years ago. So, it says, hello. Hello. It says, hello. I'm at work right now. My coworker has, like, a million animals. And every time she leaves behind all this pet hair. LOL. She did this in person. Kind of weak. This is a new pen. I had it for a long time, but just not using it for the first time. Okay, talk to you later. That was the note. Like, that's it. And it's just the funniest thing to me. That is the funniest thing to me. So I feel like if people were to, like, follow my thought process, they'd be like, wait, what? And I'm just already on to, like, the next 20 other thoughts. Oh, man. I feel like I am one of the funniest people I know. Alright, so back to the reading. This is a new pen. So yeah, this person, they're getting up. That was so anticlimactic, right? But oof. We have death. The Fool. This could be an Aries or this could be a Scorpio. You could be an Aries, you could be a Scorpio. But I do think that someone, I don't know, something just changed. And I've been saying that already because this person was in this weird, dark, depressive energy for a very long time. Something just changed. Something clicked. And it has to do with their belief. Where they were in this energy for a very long time, believing this is it, this is all, right? Something happened where they no longer are, like, 100% in this energy. It's like every day, it's being in this energy is, like, gradually decreasing. And they're about to, like, step towards you. That's why they're getting up. They're getting up because they're going towards you. They're getting up to go to you. So we have the Fool, and it doubles as death. And we all know in the death card, that's Scorpio in tarot. So I see that's death. There's something brand new that's peaking. It's like this person was on the verge of, like, some sort of spiritual or emotional death. But I don't know, it's like that last bit of hope finally, that ray of hope just shone down on them at the very, very last second, and they're back. Something put a spark in them. Ooh. Something, ooh, oh my god. Something put a spark in them. Alright, so it could have been something about you. They got a hope, they got a signal, a letter, I don't know, a mass message, a channel. I don't know what it was, but something put a spark back into them. All right, and so now they're ready to take off. Look at that pelican. All right, there's a pelican right there. That's the Fool card. Getting ready to take off. Getting ready to cross the oceans and the journeys, and they're getting up. They're flying towards you. That's it. I'll get I'll get 2 more, so that'll be 6. 7. That's new. So I'll get 2 more, but then if a third one comes out, I'll get the 7th card. Okay. I feel like it is 7 cards I have to pull out altogether for tarot. So we're at 4. I need 3 more. How interesting. Five of Trees reverse. That's the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this person, they don't want to be left out in the cold from you, from your energy anymore. They're getting up. They're getting up. Five of Pentacles reverse. Look! Gosh, I'm excited now. Because look, I was just saying this person has been like doom and gloom, laying down or sitting down, just depressed and woe is me. I might as well just wither away, right? Like, look, that's the person right there. Let me flip it around so you can see. Oh my gosh, the glare, man. The glare. Look, this is the person just laying down. Well, I might as well just lay here and let life pass me by. You know, might as well just call it quits. Like, that's so pathetic, right? Look, that's so pathetic. I don't know if I put it over here, maybe you'll be able to see the person better. I swear, it's this glare. It's so stupid now. I'm sick of it. See? There you go. They're just like... just very depleted of hope. So, but I don't know what happened. Something changed. Right now they have a new sense of hope, a new sense of will, and they're getting up. They're heading towards you. That's a motorcycle out there. Yeah, they can ride a motorcycle, or you ride a motorcycle, or it's kind of like the chair. The Chariot energy. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Lotuses reversed, which is the Four of Cups, Four of Chalices, because they're not about to miss out on this opportunity. They've been in this depressive, I might as well just wither away energy, and they're not with it anymore. They're not with the shits anymore. They're not gonna miss out on an opportunity with you. They're not. They're getting up. 2, 4, 5. So we have Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Chariot, Cancer in my mind's eye. For Jesus Christ. For majors. We have the Empress in reverse. The Peacock reverse. So they could have been being guided. So whatever pain and hurt that they were receiving or they received could have been, my gosh, could have been from a toxic mother figure or a toxic feminine, either their toxic mother figure or a toxic mother figure. I feel like also too with the Peacock in reverse, that was deliberately giving them the wrong advice, the bad advice, unjust advice, things that would deliberately lead them down the wrong path. The path would be in this lack of identity, lack of self-worth. Might as well just give up on life, call it a day, right? Because, right, very pathetic energy. So I feel like that was what was influencing. They were like fueling this energy. So this Empress in reverse could have seen that this person already had some holes or some cracks or dents in their armor, some pain in their armor, whatever the case, in their identity, chinks in their identity, whatever. And they would like, instead of like healing those cracks of identity, those cracks in their identity, right? So that way they can be whole. It's like they were trying to like rip it more, create more chasms of confusion in them. That's wicked. That's very wicked. That's very, very wicked. Holy wow. I'm hearing, Lord, forgive me. That's a song. I don't know who sings it. I don't want to look it up. I don't really... But that's a song. Lord, forgive me. Na-na-na-na-na. Alright, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. I'll get one more for the Empress in reverse. So there's this masculine. He had cracks in his identity already, right? and this is someone who has you in their mind and their heart. Basically, their entire belief system was worsening. They already had issues of their own, but you came in the picture and they were like, oh my gosh, I cannot, my goddess, or this amazing person, this divine masculine, whatever. Okay, this Empress in reverse was making this person, they weren't helping this person heal in any kind of way. Now, if this Empress in reverse knew that this person has someone else in their mind and their heart that wasn't this Empress in reverse, she was for sure making sure that they would never be able to, like, be up to your level. They would never, I don't like this word, be within the same bracket as you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever the case it is, right? This chick was making sure that this masculine or this feminine, whoever it is to you, would never be able to stand next to you comfortably, right? Because they're not the person that is in this person's mind, heart. One more for the Empress in reverse, please, and then I'm going to close the reading. Page of Swords. Wow. On the bottom of the deck, what do we have? The Five of Cups, Five of Chalices. I feel like this person, whoever this person is, they're praying. This Empress in reverse, they're like, oh, because they're realizing that they just messed up. Because they did all of this to keep this person in this dark, depressive energy. They did all of this. They influenced it. They encouraged it. Only for this person to get up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna get up and do something about it. Because I'm not about to miss out on this opportunity with my divine masculine, with my divine feminine. I'm gonna get up and go do something. This Empress in reverse is like, oh my gosh, please God, please, please, please. Right? So now they could be in this Page of Swords energy, like trying to figure out what to do, trying to see what this person now they're doing, what's going on with them, what's going on with you. This Empress in reverse is like, please God, please, please, I'm sorry. Because they never anticipated that this person would get up. And they're heading towards you right now. This Empress in reverse is like shitting bricks. Because this was not something that they anticipated to happen. They were for sure counting on this person would always be in this energy, just give up on life, or kind of like, give up on your dream of being with the divine masculine or being with the divine feminine and just be with me, or just be in this miserable energy with me, and blah, 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 blah. And it was working for a very long time. It was. But now this person, they're like, no, I'm it's either now or never. And they're getting up. Five of Cups reverse. It's so crazy because this person at the time that they were doing this, they weren't feeling any type of way. They were happy to do this, more than happy to do this. And now that it's like, now they're gonna be, this is gonna be a whole different reading. But this Empress in reverse, they have a lot of consequences heading their way now, because ultimately what they were trying to do, it's like you really tried to make someone worse. It's like you were encouraging their depression, you were encouraging their anxiety, you were encouraging the cracks in their identity, you were encouraging them, being unmotivated and not being better and not wanting to do this and do that and being in their highest good. You were encouraging them being stuck in their south node, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy. And this is someone who's very clever too, because they were finding different new ways and how can I keep this masculine stuck? How can I keep them in this pathetic energy? So anyways, that's the reading. I hope it helps. Bye.